Hey guys, so today I am going to do a very quick, usually I say quick, but it's never really quick, video on my foundation routine. This is also going to be a little bit of a first impressions on a couple of products because I'm using some products that I have never used before. So yeah, as you can tell, I have half of my eyes done and my eyebrows done because I am currently filming. I am in the process of filming an eye makeup tutorial, and this is just my little sidetrack. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get started and show you what I do on my face to make sure it looks a little bit more even and not dead. So first off, I'm going to go in with my new primer. This is the L'Oreal Magic Lumi. You can see that. This is brand new. I just got it. I've been wanting to try it forever. And yeah, if we're gonna give it a try. So I'm just gonna pump one pump into my... It is really liquidy. Can you see that? I did not expect it to be that liquidy. Anyways, I'm just gonna rub it on. And it is supposed to give you like some luminous shine, I guess. It's supposed to like brighten your skin up. I can definitely see where the shine is. It doesn't have a scent to it, which I like. I mean, there's a slight scent, but it's nothing too much, you know? I don't like scents in my products just because my skin can get very sensitive, and I find that added fragrance just does not do anything good for my skin. So next on my foundation routine, I'm going to go in with my MAC Pro Conceal palette, and I'm going to go in with this burnt orange shade. This is my corrector for my under eye area because I have a lot of darkness in my under eye area, and I find that this really helps to counteract that. And I like to do my correcting before I apply my foundation, because I actually apply my foundation first and then my concealer. It just works easier for me. I find that I don't waste a lot of product when it comes to concealer when I do it that way. Next, I am taking this shade. It is called Rich Yellow, just to correct any redness or really any blemishes. But yeah, I like to do my correcting before I go in with my foundation. One, because I find that the colors that I use for correcting can be a little harsh, as you can probably tell, and the foundation covers it a little bit better. And if I did this before my concealer, I find that you'd see orange and yellow everywhere. I only really correct the redness in my blemishes, not really the redness in my skin, just because I find that my foundation covers most of that, and I really don't mind a little redness on my face. It just makes it look a little bit more natural. Anyways, for the rest of my face, this is also a little something new, and I think it might be a little too light for me already, but this is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Makeup in Warm 6 Sun Beige. I have a W7 in this as well, and that one looks a little too dark for me, so hopefully this matches. So with foundations like this that don't have a pump, I like to do that motion, and whatever's left on my finger, I will go and just dot it. I'm gonna go in down my neck just because I love matching my foundation to my neck, just in case, you know, it's not the right match. To blend it out, I'm gonna go in with this e.l.f. flat top brush, and I've never used this before. I've heard really good things about it, but I'm just gonna go in with this. Yeah, it is super soft. I'm gonna add just a touch of foundation underneath my nose and on the side of my nose, just because I feel like I really need it there. I absolutely love the coverage that this is giving me, and I can see that glow from the Magic Lumi. My skin doesn't look dead, it doesn't feel caked up, but it does give a nice coverage. For me, my foundations, even if they're light coverage, they are full coverage to me, because I have my skin's been acting really well lately because I've been really taking care of it, and I do have a couple of imperfections just like everyone else does, but for the most part it's been behaving better than it ever has in my life. And so any foundation that I put on just kind of looks a little bit more perfected than when my skin was acting up. So this is definitely like a medium coverage foundation. You can always tone it down with like a moisturizer, but I like this coverage, especially when I'm doing videos. I like that it's like a matte finish, but the Magic Lumi is making it a little bit more glowy, and I feel like if I just left it like this, I wouldn't really need a highlighter, but I always put powder on my skin just because I tend to get a little bit more oily, so I will probably put highlighter on. Alright, so next for my eyes, or my concealer, I'm not going to go in with my usual Pro Longwear. I am actually going to go in with my Maybelline Age Rewind. Yeah, and this is in the shade Honey. I've used this like once, but I've used it on my blemishes. I've never really used it as under eye concealer. So this is kind of a first impression. It's not really because I've used it already, but really because I've never used it under my eyes. So I took the sponge off because the sponge is just completely unsanitary. And yeah, we'll go from there. I find that I'll do this and then all of a sudden it'll be like a geyser of concealer. Yep. Oh no, it was just clogged up. Gross! So I'm going to take whatever I got in the back of my hand and then pat it on. I'm just going to go to my foundation brush and blend it out. Alright. And at this point, if I had any spots that I would conceal with just regular concealer, I would. I don't really see any areas right now that I feel necessary to do that with, so I'm just going to leave it at this with foundation, and I'm just going to go in with my powder. During the summer, I actually really like to use a translucent powder just because I don't like any added color on my skin and I don't want it to be a little too cakey. So I like to go in with my Too Faced Invisible powder, and I've only had this for a month and I've been completely loving it, as you can tell, because I have totally hit pan on that. So I'm just gonna go in with a Real Techniques, I think this is supposed to be a blush brush, or this is like the multitask brush, whatever, and I'm just gonna go in and I like to press it on my concealer first just so it doesn't crease. And then very lightly go all over my face. Okay, now that I have basically my entire foundation done, I'm going to go in and show you what I do to contour and bronze. For my bronzing, I actually like to go in with a Bare Minerals bronzer. This is a little deluxe sample size that I got from Sephora, and this is in the shade Skinny Dip. So lately for my bronzing, I've been using a brush that is a little bit unconventional to use for this part of your face, and that is the Real Techniques buffing brush. This is originally meant to be used as a foundation brush, like a buffing brush, but I've really been liking it to contour and bronze my skin, and I will show you how I use it because I don't just put this all over my face. So what I do is I will take this and just kind of swirl it around my bronzer, and this is the only part where I will use this in this form. So I like to bronze just where I would normally contour, so down my cheekbones and up my temple, and I like to take it down my like chin, neck area. Now for my contour, I'm going to be going in with a product that you guys have seen me use a ton before, and that is the Sleek Contour Kit, and I'm in the shade Medium, and this is about the same shade as my bronzer, a little bit darker, but it's matte and it's cool toned, so it works better as a contour because the cool tones tend to mimic natural shadows a little bit better than warm tones. So with this, I actually go in with the same brush and I would just dip it in like this. So I would just go in tap off the excess. And then with that side, I would just go down from the back of my ear ends and go down. And then I'll give you a nice line without putting a little bit too much product in. And I'll go in and do both sides. And I will flip it over to the side that has the bronzer and blend it out. And I like doing it this way because the bronzer really helps blend out the contour. So now I have a light contour and a heavy-handed bronzer, and I like it like that. That's just my personal taste. So next I'm gonna go in with just a blush. Any blush will do, any highlighter will do. I'm gonna go with one that will correlate with my eye look today, and more likely than not I will pick up this palette. And this is my blush palette, and if you can tell just by looking at it, I do have a specific shade range that I love, and they're just like warm rosy blushes. That's just what I like to use. So for my blush, you're probably gonna hate me, but I'm actually gonna go in with the same buffing brush that I used for my contour, just because I find that it gives me the best blend. And I'm gonna go in with this shade right here today, and this is MAC's Melba, and it's just a very light dusty rose color with no shimmer. I like my mattes. And just blend it in. Usually what I'll do, as you can probably tell, I do two stark things. And I'll just kind of leave it there. And I'll wipe off the brush on a tissue, just to get most of the product off, or most of like the immediate product off, and then blend it in. Even though I'm not particularly fair, blush tends to look crazy on me no matter how much I put on. So I always go in with the blending brush that I put my invisible powder on with, just to kind of blend it out and give me a light glow or a light flush. And finally, my last step is applying a highlighter. This is MAC's Double Definition Extra Dimension Skin Finish, and this has been my favorite just because it suits my complexion really well. I am more of an olive skin toned, golden skin toned girl, and this works really well. It's a nice coppery gold shade. And what I'll do is I'll take a fan brush. This is the one from Sedona Lace, the FB01, and I'll just kind of mash it in between both of the colors, not just one. Tap off the excess as with everything else, and just go down your cheekbones, forehead. And when you start to get to the little spots like my nose and my cupid's bow, I'll go in with my ring finger, and I'll go in with the lighter shade down here, and just a little on the tip of my nose, then on my cupid's bow, and a little on the bridge of my nose. Alright, and that is it for my foundation routine. So far I am really liking this shade of the True Match foundation, and I really like this highlighter. It's giving me a really nice glow, and it's not making my skin seem really dry like a lot of other primers do. So far I'm liking them right now. Yeah, so I hope this showed you a couple of new techniques as to how to apply your foundation. I don't use the most orthodox methods to apply my contour and stuff, but it works for me, and I like how it looks. So yeah, I don't really tend to follow a lot of rules when it comes to makeup. Some I do, some I don't. Most of them I don't. So yeah, I hope you guys like this. If you want to see the finished eye look, definitely click the video that's coming before or after this. I don't really know when, but yeah, I'll leave a link just down here to the finished eye look. And yeah, I hope you guys liked. I hope this helped, and if you have any comments, concerns, or even tutorial requests, just let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and have a happy and healthy day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.